Oftentimes, when I come to do these things, I have something I know what I talk about. I know what I'm going to talk about. I have a topic, a suggestion, or questions to answer. Today is different. I have nothing. I mean, we never write scripts, and so everything we do here is always authentic, straight from the heart, straight from the mind. But I usually have taken the time to kind of go through some of these things, or to decide, what it is we want to talk about politically. Most often, I'm reflecting a conversation I've had with the public, or I'm answering a question people have asked. But occasionally you make political decisions. You say, this is the topic I need to talk about today. And on an occasion, I've come here thinking I was going to talk about one subject and gone completely off on something else. It's happened 2 or 3 times. But today, I've got nothing. Oh, there's lots to say. But, everybody's stressed out over the potentials of the next week or so. And I just don't want to add to it. We've tried very hard to stay positive. And at the closing days of the election, the pressure to break that tradition is strong. You want to go out and you want to mark your difference. You want to show how you're different from the other people on the ballot. But that's not what we want to do. The problem isn't that person on the ballot. The problem is the system they operate in. And, we want to change that. We want to be part of that change. And you don't become part of that change by becoming that. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to reflect a little bit. People who know me know that I'm never happier than when I'm learning. And this last 11 months now has been nothing but a learning experience. From campaign finance all the way to water issues, we've kind of run the complete gamut. I had to study the California Constitution. I had to study the water board issues to try and make some sense of what's going on. I've had to talk to almost countless amounts of people, listen to conversations, and then try to reflect on what that means in terms of creating policies and mindsets going forward. Many people in my position, where you need 3 miracles to win, they end up running for reasons other than to serve the people they are asking to represent. They run for ballot access, or they run for party name recognition, or if you're a vanity candidate, you run so you have some name recognition for a future run. But we didn't do any of that. In a sense, I was a reluctant candidate. I didn't want to do this, but my community asked me to. And then once you put that suit on, once you decide to become a soldier, you become a soldier. Now, we're not soldiers. That's not what this is about, politicians. But you do put on a suit of armor to become a politician. You have to. Because lots of people are angry. They're upset. Their lives are being torn apart by policies, by things outside of their control. And as politicians, they turn to you for answers. And it can also often seem very personal, that they're attacking you, but they're not. They're just expressing how much they are hurting. And far too many of our politicians turn a blind eye to people they don't agree with. They don't listen to people who are different politically than they are. And I vowed I wouldn't do that. I vowed that I'm not here for my political party. I'm not here for myself. I'm here because my community asked me to be. And it's a strange thing. I thought coming up to election day, I'd feel relief. I thought that this would be an end of a journey. But what I'm realizing is our journey has just begun. What we have uncovered, what we have learned, doesn't end tomorrow. You know, if a miracle happens and we manage to get elected, we've got a lot of work to do. And if we don't, we have a lot of work to do. So it doesn't stop. I suspect my community won't allow me to stop. And I'm okay with that. As long as I'm operating under their direction. This isn't about me. If this was about me, I'd just go back to being a gig worker. But there's no going back. That has been taken away from me by forces beyond my control. That is why I'm here. And one way or another, we will draw a path to the future. All of us, me, you, our entire community. It has to be done. There's no way else around it. The future is going to come whether we prepare for it or not. But what we do know is change needs to happen. We do know we can't continue down the path we are. We do know our politics is broken. And that it's going to take courage. Courage from people like me, who are willing to step outside of their bubble and become something they didn't think they were. And it will take courage from people like you to vote differently, to hold people accountable differently, to end the toxic nature of our politics. You're not responsible for the creation of it, but we're all responsible for ending it. And it begins tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after. Because it never ends. But what we can do is make it less toxic. That's what we can do. We need your help. We need your vote. Thank you for your time. Good night. And please remember to love everybody.